What is going on, you guys? My name is Hugh, and I have a quick announcement for you guys before we get started with the rest of this video. To summarize it real quick, I've been looking for a backup car, as you probably know from the last episode of Project BETI. I needed a backup car for a while, and I've been looking and looking, and I just haven't found like the right vehicle, because I need something that's going to be reliable. I don't need something that's already going to be beat up, and I don't need something that's just going to like fall apart on me as I'm driving around as a daily. So I'm in the garage now, just checking on Betty, and as you can see, I got some detailing supplies here on top of her. I think she's just become a table now. Sorry. Seeing all this in the background, you know what that means. It's time for a detail, but not on Betty though. I finally found my backup car for a little bit. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it for, but for the time being, while we're working on this car, and also the engine is on its way, which is good, so we can get cracking on that here pretty soon. We're already going to be filming Project BETI as soon as the engine and the other components come in, so be on the lookout for that. Maybe not this year. I might launch it next year just as like a little surprise for you guys to get all hyped up, because next year is going to be super busy as far as this project goes, and I'm super excited to start working on her again. I can't wait to get her back on the road. It's been driving me crazy that my only car is stuck in the garage. She's stuck in her home, and I can't drive her. I could, but oil's gonna spill all over the place if we don't plug the hole or fix something in the block, and it's just gonna be messy. But anyway, the engine is on its way, and a few other components. We're probably gonna change some other stuff in that engine as well, just to make sure it runs good. But in the meantime, I will introduce you guys to the backup car, and I think you guys are gonna like it. If it goes well with this car, or at least if we start working on this and we're almost like halfway done, we might start another project series with this backup car, which is behind you right now. So let me know down in the comments below what you think I could do to this new car. I am not very familiar with this particular vehicle, so if you guys know this car and you know the components and everything in it, let me know down in the comments below what you think I should do with it. Or actually, I should say him. Let me introduce you guys to Gary. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Why is my camera really blurry right now? And I have no idea. There we go, fixed it. Anyway, so you're probably wondering, what is that? Now some of you might know this particular car and what this particular car has and the history and all that stuff. I'm not very familiar with these vehicles. Lexus is not a car, or Toyota technically, is not something I'm very familiar with. So like I said, if you guys know anything about this car, you're more than welcome to help me out in the comments if I have a question on something, which I'll let you know. So don't start spamming the comments like, wait, I know you did. So give me a second to come up with a question, and then you guys can go ahead and start spamming the crap out of the comments. Got it? Thank you. So this is Gary, G-A-R-I. Like I always spell my names like an AI name. And he is a 98 Lexus GS300, which some of you already know has a very special motor inside. But the good news is I didn't pay that much for this car, and it was actually a funny story behind this vehicle. Now some of you might be familiar with this, and I don't know if it's been announced or not or whatever, but apparently this particular Lexus was almost is what I'm hearing, bought by Cletus McFarland and his team, or Garrett as you will. I know, pretty close to being bought by him. And I guess later on they changed their mind on it, and they wanted to do trucks instead. So they wanted to work on high-powered trucks and horsepower trucks and all that sort of stuff. So this was pretty much just sitting at the at a little shop. And they had a bunch of cars. This car is literally sitting way in the back of their lot. It was like 1, 2, 3, and then there's Gary way in the back, hiding underneath a tree. Xander and I went shopping, and we found this, and we just Googled it online and found it at this little shop, and it's a gem. It's completely bone stock. Nothing's been done to it other than regular like maintenance and oil change, which I did do an oil change as well for this, so we're good to go there. Everything is bone stock. Wheels, brakes, tires, what else? The radio system I think is stock, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So if you come in here, the seats are pretty beat up. Oh, let me take that key out there. The seats are pretty beat up. But that's okay. I think I can probably reupholster this. It's not too terrible. I'm gonna put that back down again. So I've already done a little bit behind the scenes. I've done an oil change. I tried to vacuum the floors as best I could, but as you can see, it's still pretty bad. So I have some stuff that I'm gonna detail and get rid of all this junk and that. I don't know if someone took a piss there or whatever. I don't know what happened there. But everything is pretty much good to go, other than some of the leather, which is not too terribly bad. The floors definitely need some love for sure. Like that's just yikes. That is just yikes. But everything, oh, that's my music playing, sorry. Everything is not too bad. The sun, oh, it has a sunroof, by the way. And it works too. Everything electronic works in this car. The radio kind of works. The volume knob doesn't work anymore, so I might change that system later on. So if you guys know a really good system, let me know. This is some called like Jensen or whatever. But I might change that system. I think I might even change the shift knob. This is actually a twist-on shift knob, so I'm going to change that. The steering wheel could use a little bit of love. I think that's just down to the actual fabric itself. So there's not much I can do to clean that up, unfortunately. Yeah, see, it's a little torn up here, but I can try to do something about that. Some of the tint, like that window has no tint on it, and all the other ones do. That tint up there looks pretty terrible, actually. You can see that's peeling off. So we're definitely going to change that for sure. Then we're going to redo all the tint in this car, even the back window here. The worst one is this. Look at that. It's like peeling off and stuff. Yep, exactly what I mean. But the main thing I'm sure you guys want to see is the motor. So as you can see, everything's pretty much clean in here, and I'm very surprised at that, especially since this motor has over 200-something thousand miles. That's a lot. But everything's pretty clean except for like maybe a microscopic size oil leak, which could be just the valve cover gasket or something like that. But if I come over here, what do you think that is? I wonder. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is my very first, probably beat up, really old 2JZ GE motor. Not the GTE or whatever the other versions are. But this is all bone stock. The only thing I ever did was change the air filter, so I got a new air filter in there, but that whole system's going to change eventually. I might actually do an intake or something, maybe. I definitely need to change those, because honestly I'm using my stick and this doesn't hold up very well anymore. Battery is not corroded, as you can see. There's no corrosion at all. The screws are actually still in good condition, so that's good. I mean, like, you can't go wrong with that. It's all bone stock, pretty clean, and I'm very impressed by that. All the oil is good. There is something going on with the VCS sensor in this car, but I think I've worked around it. I think I just have to turn the button off and then it's done. I already did an oil change in this car. It runs great. No ticking, no road noise, no nothing. I mean, this is like a really nice luxury vehicle, and I'm very impressed of how many miles this engine has and just like how well he drives. Now obviously I definitely need an alignment because the steering is a little cockeyed. So like that's straight. So it's a little janky, but I just need an alignment and then we should be good. But I'm very well impressed. Like, nothing is broken. It's just pretty much dirty. So let's go ahead and head over to a little car wash and give Gary a proper home welcome and bath, because he really needs it. I'm tired of looking at this really dirty car without proper wax.
Ew. What? Nasty. Very nice. Well, just got done and now it's pouring rain. What the hell, bruh? Damn it. Alright, he is cleaned up, ready to roll again. I swear to you, there's gotta be some kind of ceramic coating on this car. The reason why is because I can kind of just glide my hand over it. And even when I was drying it, as the sun passed over, the towel just was slipping all over the dang place. So there has to be some kind of like sustenance or whatever it is on this car. And I can't figure out what it is. Maybe you guys can figure it out, but if this car's been just sitting on that lot for a while, there's no way this car isn't ceramic coated. Or something. It's got something on it. So like I said, there's going to be a lot more coming with this car. We are going to be modifying it a little bit, but keeping it only VIP spec and maybe just as a luxurious car. I'm just going to keep them completely stock while we're working on Project Betty. We are going to start with Project Series for Gary, but it'll be small things. I think it'll be just individual videos instead of like a full 30-minute episode. If you do like the car, let me know down in the comments below what you think we should do with them. For now, I'm gonna keep them stock until we can make a little parts list. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a fat thumbs up, and I'll see you goons later. Look at this. There's no way that's not ceramic coated. Rain just beating off of him. What the hell, man?